Hey, Sagittarius, intuitive soul coach here with your November 2023 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below your video. All right, so Sagittarius, it does look like, oh, I love it. You have the light bulb moment coming in. A lot of signs have been getting the light bulb. So there could be a collective or global light bulb moment in the month of November because, again, a lot of signs have been receiving that. I feel for you, this light bulb moment is going to be beneficial. It is something that you're able to see through. You may be receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of inspirational messages. I'm also getting here that you're finishing something up because it may have been slow coming, okay? Or you're putting a wrap, like I'm getting here, it's a wrap. So something that you've put out there is coming to an end, coming to a close. There could be a certification behind it. There's a breakthrough coming in here. This is maybe going off on your own. Now, what you don't see coming here, and beautiful Sagittarian energy, it could even be by the end of 2023 here around December, your season. This is about extra money, mature investments paying off. So there's something to celebrate here. Now you could have a career in retail, beauty, finish work, or some of you could be making that decision to retire. Now, Sagittarius, I feel like the energy in the recent past has been a little bit slow moving for some of you, especially if you had some huge decisions to make, or if you were currently unemployed, or if there was a job loss in the past. But there's going to be money coming in here. And I feel like some of you may even move. Okay, there could be travel regarding work, regarding career. Some of you may travel on a business trip. You could travel by plane. I also sense that you could even be traveling for pleasure. Maybe you're working from anywhere in the world. You may be taking some benefits, some advantage of benefits, because we see that coming in here as well. But it's definitely a month that there's a lot going on for you, but you're going to be able to multitask and balance up your work and play life. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Two of Pentacles showing up here because I am getting a little bit of balance. But in the recent past, you do have the turtle energy. So maybe things were just coming in for you slowly, or maybe it felt like you didn't have time to really slow down. I do sense that steady progress is available here for you, and something that you've been trying to build or trying to stay consistent with, it's coming into fruition here where, again, either it's a wrap, you're finishing it up. For others of you, this is about shifting your energy into something more long-term, more stable. And it's been in good time, in divine time here as well. So steady progress. I like the turtle. It does remind me of the Knight of Pentacles, that slow and steady wins the race. But I also sense that with this frame card showing up as your main energy in the month of November, this is about accomplishment. And we've seen that celebratory energy here with the ornaments card. So I feel for some of you, you are celebrating a win, celebrating a new offer, celebrating maybe taking some time off, whatever that celebratory energy is for you, it feels good. It feels like it's coming from a heart center. And this can also be more creative energy. You do have art and design showing up. You have home oriented, possibly self-employment, working from home, working remotely. I do get the energy of some of you traveling, maybe traveling abroad, working with people who do a lot of traveling abroad. But this is about organizing as well. So if you get a burst of energy, a burst of momentum, it may cause you to reorganize your space, clear up some clutter, maybe organize and go through some paperwork. I feel like you're looking at things from a different point of view than maybe you've had in the months prior. And this is more of an energetic point of view, more of a motivated, optimistic. So I like what I'm seeing here because in the near future, Sag, we do have the Treasure card. A lot of you are heading towards retirement. I see even in the next maybe 5 years. Okay, and this is saying that you're making decisions now, and they're big decisions that are going to benefit you even down the road. You don't have to worry. And even though there is a little bit of that worry coming in, and maybe that's part of that light bulb moment that goes off in the world or around the world, this is about worry-free finances, having money in reserve, having a little bit extra or excess. Now, some of you may be in a career where you are an executive, executive assistant, an executive of an estate here. This could also be sales, finances, planning, organization. Maybe you help other people. I'm kidding. Organizing someone else's finances. So some of you, maybe you're an accountant. Okay. Hidden talent as well. I feel like your talents are really being showcased here to prep and plan for 2024. This is quite beautiful. A lot of you spent 2023 working on your spiritual gifts and opening up the heart chakra. And in 2024, you're going to see that there's a lot more in reserve, not just on a money level, but on a deep, deep soul level. I love this energy coming in. And you see all the pearls here, and we all know how pearls are formed. They're formed under a lot of pressure, right? So things may not have always been easy for you, Sagittarius, but I feel like you're finally being able to reach in, especially in 2024, even though this is a November reading, we're looking into the near future, and this could be the beginning of 2024 where you reach in and you find not just one pearl, but a handful of pearls. So this is, I love it. This is great energy. Now you do have the light bulb. This is a little bit of a bonus card, bonus energy that was showing up in the upright in your deck. So we pulled it out here because a lot of signs have been getting the light bulb. So again, on a collective or global level, we could see some big things, excuse me, coming to the surface, things that inspire us to move in a new direction. This can be a new job. This is about getting creative with our work as well, because maybe we don't always know what's happening out there, but we can create that sense of stability here, doing things that we're good at, building up a side business, you know, focusing on our own skills and our own talents. So there is a sense of creativity here, maybe entrepreneurship, and coming up with new income sources. Because again, you don't know what's happening here in the future, but I feel like you're inspired in November to take action to building your wealth in new ways. Now you have the huge decision card showing up here, and this could be a major move for some of you. Do I move my family across the state, across the world, across the continent, whatever it is for you here? There's huge decisions, and you see that there are doors opening. So there's a few different opportunities I feel you do have, Sagittarius, and this could be, do I, retire? Do I stay in the corporate? Do I go off on, my own? So these are big things that aren't made overnight. And I do feel here with the turtle, you've been thinking about this for quite some time, but you may be in a position here to finally be able to make that decision. You'll be able to multitask just fine. For some of you, this does have to do even with your family life, because you can see there's a child sitting on her lap, and you see the oranges here as well. So this is bright energy, sacral chakra as well, which is about creativity. It's also healthy decisions, being able to do many things, but also allow yourself not to feel, burnt out, taking care of you. Some of you are in the health field. Maybe you are in the medical field. You could take care of children as well, professionally or your own. But this is a good month where you're going to get some really brilliant ideas. And I feel like these brilliant ideas that you do receive, you're actually going to manifest them in some way, shape, or form into this reality if you haven't already. Some of you already have, and that could be what you're kind of finishing up is one layer, and now you're on to the next layer, right? Think of making a 7-layer salad. For those of you that have heard of 7-layer salads, right? You put down the different layers, and I'm just getting here that some of you, there is a next level, a next layer, or a new chapter that you are opening up here, which is beautiful because you're graduating from this entry level. For some of you, you may be on the planting the seeds to now watching it grow. You could be ready for the picking. So whatever you are in at this time, again, there is that next level graduation coming in here with this entry level. Okay. You have insurance showing up here. So some of you could be in insurance sales, because I was getting that energy here of sales. For others of you, you want to make sure that you are insured in a sense of all levels, not just insured maybe physically or financially, but insured in many different ways. So I'm getting some of you have alternative sources of income, or there could be more than one source of income that is going to help you build your wealth. Okay, because there could have been some sort of job loss. Some of you are terminating. It's your personal choice. For others of you, a choice may have been made for you, but I feel like this was in your highest good. Even if you can't see it while you are going through this situation, okay, there is an opportunity to move on. Okay, I'm getting 8 of Cups energy, to move on to something that really does truly align with what it is that you seek, and there will be a lot of celebratory energy. So perhaps you've graduated in a sense. Maybe you got a degree, or you received a certification. Now you're able to move into that next level because you have a little bit of that, experience or education or knowledge. So I see that happening here for you, Sagittarius. Now let's dive into your Celtic cross and see what is the main energy showing up for you in the month of November. We have the King of Swords. Ooh, we have the Roadrunner energy. So yeah, there's your momentum. I mean, the Roadrunner, he's moving. He moves quickly as well. So when this Knight of Swords shows up, maybe I said the King of Swords. Okay, sorry if I said King. I'm getting just action, but I'm clear in my action. I'm clear in my intentions. So this is about courage to act, right? And this is about you having the best of intentions for yourself, for your family, for the planet. Your intentions are good here. They're pure, and you're not afraid to give a challenge a wink. You're not afraid to look at that challenge and say, all right, game on. It's go time. So for a lot of you Sagittarians, there's something here that you're really going to succeed in with this mentality, with this energy. And even though this has been maybe a slow build, or it has been something that you've had to contemplate and think about, you're ready to take action here. The Knight of Swords, he's a very assertive, confident warrior, right? He takes charge. He rushes towards what he believes is important for, for himself, for others, for the highest good. He uses his logic, his mental capacity to expand. And I feel like that's what you're doing here, is you're expanding your surroundings, you're expanding your options, and you're going for something here. And I love this because Sagittarius, you deserve this. And it's exciting as well. It may bring about a little bit of fear, a little bit of excitement, a lot of excitement, because change can be a little bit intimidating at times, but you have what it takes. Now, the challenge for you we have is the world. Remember what we said earlier? It's a wrap. And that's the energy of the world here, representing with the macaw. This is about beautiful beginnings. It's about sacred contracts and infinite possibilities. Yes, it is, right? The sky's the limit. I mean, look at that macaw. He's out there. He is shining in those beautiful colors of blues and reds and yellows. This is a powerful time to get out there and communicate, to sense a new sense of stability within ourselves with that red energy, and then with that beautiful orangish yellow. It's about empowerment. So for a lot of you, the challenge this month is to say yes to this new beginning, say yes to that next level, whatever that step is for you, to put yourself out there, to embrace the endless and unlimited and infinite possibilities. And that's why you have the light bulb. I really feel collectively between now, because we're putting out these recordings in October. I like to put them out a little bit early to help you prepare, and then you can always go back and look at them as well at the end of the month. But I feel like globally, there is going to be a light bulb moment for all of us to say, okay, what can we do differently that can help us regardless of what happens out there, right? What skills can I learn? What traits can I acquire? What can I grow upon? What can I have on the side in case everything out here goes haywire, right? What can I do to continue bringing in abundance for myself and my family? So get ready. The light bulb is going off within your mind, and I feel like it has been. Also, pay attention to the light bulbs around you. Some of you, you may see flickering lights. Okay, you may see shortages. Some of you may even turn on a light switch. You have this high amped electrical power and you may actually short circuit things this month. So please pay attention to that as well. If you're thinking, what the heck is going on? Why is everything short circuiting or burning out? Why is the light flashing? Pay attention to what's going on within your consciousness at that time. Pay attention to your thoughts, because that could be a significant energy for you to tune into. Now with this World card as the challenge here, or as part of the energy for you to overcome, is about getting the closure that you need in order to move forward, because some of you felt a little bit stuck with the turtle. Maybe you felt set back or things were moving a little bit slower. But remember, this is a beautiful new beginning, because the world, it kind of goes back around into that new fool's journey in a different cycle. So many times we get scared and caught up thinking that we have to go back and start from scratch, but no, we don't. We don't ever have to go back and start from scratch in that sense. We do it in a way where we've gained wisdom, so we can do things in a different way. No two ways are ever going to be the same. And I feel like there is a sacred contract that is being blessed and offered to you at this time that your soul already knew about prior. We just have to have the human part of us catch up, right? Beautiful energy. Let's take a look and see what's on your foundation. What's in your foundation here? What do we have below you? What do we have, please, for Sagittarius? Oh, wow, the whale. For those of you that have any Scorpio in your chart, or if you are on that scorpionic cusp, you may want to check that reading out, because this is a very powerful energy. When this judgment comes in, this is a big, big major arcana. Look at that whale. When that whale jumps up out of the water and they come back down, it's not just a little splash, right? It's not just throwing a pebble into the water and boom, it sinks. This whale makes a splash. This is that trumpet horn calling. And when you hear that horn, when you hear that splash, you feel it on a deep level. And that's what's showing up with the Judgment card here. So a lot of you, this is about your purpose, your calling. It's all about changing your life for the better. There's a major spiritual awakening here, and it says rising up, right? In your foundation, this is about you rising up, even if it's taken a lifetime, even if it's taken 10 years, 20 years for you to really rise up to this challenge. You're ready. This is about clarity. And a lot of you, if you've been feeling a little bit foggy, some of you may be vertigo, maybe a little bit of sinus congestion. I know that's been coming up for me personally, is a lot of this clearing. I'm a Libra, so around the Libra solar eclipse, there's a lot going on in the world, so it could be affecting your crown chakra. And when the Judgment card shows up here, this is about a second chance. It's about a second chance to rise up here and forgive the past. It's about mercy, right? It's about all of the... It's about righting the wrongs in a sense, right? It's about clearing the slate and knowing that what's done is done, that we don't have to go back and repeat. It can be about karmic cycles and ties as well, letting that go. The Judgment is saying release judgments that have been pressed upon yourself or others, whether it's people, places, or things here. The Judgment is a big energy that says, let's evaluate, let's awaken, let's go through this passage and come out on the other side stronger. And that's what you have here in your energy. So very powerful stuff here happening. Let's take a look. They're giving me the word, okay, block. Block. Now, maybe that's someone's last name, Block. It could be part of a business. Maybe Block is in a business name, like, for example, H&R Block, tax accounting. Maybe there's something with a block. Maybe you see a block where you are sitting at this time. Please take it as it resonates. It could also be symbolic for building blocks, right? Building blocks. Let's see what's in the recent past. What's happening here for you? I'm also getting someone with a C. Someone around you could have a C name. Maybe a company starts with a C. Now, in the recent past, you have the Knight of Cups representing the Dolphin. The Knight of Cups is opening your heart chakra, which we talked about. This is about joy. It's about romance, and not so much just romance and career, but love for what it is that you do. I mean, yes, romance could be a piece of it, but I feel for you, it is about staying honest to your heart, not tricking, not going into that self-denial. It is about being playful and having fun. I mean, you have double Knight energy. So you open your heart here in the past, and now you take action, because you're saying, even though things have hurt me in the past, even though I have been disappointed or tricked, and some of you, that could even be a little bit of the fear, by closing down a cycle, because you don't want to look like the fool, right? Because you go back into that cycle, and I feel like you're not making foolish decisions. You're making wise decisions here. So the Dolphin in the recent past is saying you're opening your heart up to this joy, and it's leading straight to the treasure chest here. So this is really wonderful, because some of you had a little bit of a closed heart, or you didn't think something was possible, or maybe it wasn't a joyful time for you. That's shifting. That's what you're closing down, is an old cycle that may have been less than ideal for some of you, even though I don't see a lot of that. But actually with the Judgment, yeah, the Judgment could have been some difficulties, a death of a situation, an ending, because typically in that Judgment card, we see coffins, a lot of coffins where they're rising from the coffin. So it's like a new version is being born here. So a lot of you, this is a lifestyle change, right? It could be shifting your career in order to bring in more finances. Whatever it is for you, there's definitely a perspective change. Now, what are you calling in? You have this Wheel of Fortune, beautiful, represented by the bee. You've been busy. Just like they say, busy bee, right? I feel like there is a shift happening, and it talks about, wow, we just said this same exact thing. It says major karmic events. So there could be a major karmic event happening on a global level, or within your professional life here, your personal life, that allows you to get creative, that allows you to take something into your own hands, that allows you here to change the cycle. Some of you, this is ancestral, generational. This is about luck as well as fortune. And we do see that here in your reading. So I feel like a lot of you, this is about you being able to move forward into more abundance, more wealth, more money. And it's a turning point here. And it's time for you to jump on. And that's what you're doing. You're saying, whoa, I'm not waiting around for something to land in my lap. I'm taking action now. And I feel like you are that trailblazer, Sagittarius, where you're setting the bar for others to kind of follow, which is really quite beautiful here. Some of you, there is a major turning point where you've come full circle, and that's why you have the World. When you have the World with the Wheel of Fortune, this is a new, possibly 10 or even 20-year cycle. So whatever you're doing now, I feel like this is long term. This is long distance. Now, in the near future, you have the Seven of Pentacles represented as the rabbit. And this is all about reaping what is sown. That's why you have the Judgment card, because yes, we have to deal with the consequences and the choices that our free will makes, but we also have these human experiences that are part of our growth, part of our evolution. So there could be a course correction here taking place. You may be taking a look and saying, do I want to stay consistent with where I'm going, or do I want to shift things up and break it apart a little bit, add to the next level, embrace many different levels? It also says the words here, perspective. And that's what I was getting for you earlier. So definitely a big perspective shift and change coming in here for you. That's going to open you up to more abundance, because rabbit, think of the lucky rabbit foot, and you have that Wheel of Fortune showing up. So there's some sort of luck and fortune here. There's some sort of maybe lucky break, but you are creating your own luck because you have heard the call. You know that there is some change here, and you're going to jump in. It's like, yes, there's unprecedented times, but you're not going to wait for those times to kind of change. I feel like you're taking action now. And this is a really, really deep energy for you. I mean, lot of major arcanas here with the World, the Wheel of Fortune, the Judgment. If you've gone through a lot of loss, or if you've literally went through maybe foreclosure, bankruptcy, if you've had a lot of shallow moments with finances, I feel like that wheel is spinning here because you've been putting in the work. You've been doing what you need to do to rise above, and that's what I see you doing here. You're also overcoming a lot of limiting beliefs, and some of you are in a self-imposed prison. This is your energy here, and you're being represented by this woodpecker, and this has also been coming up for a lot of signs. This is the 8 of Swords. So for those of us that have been feeling like we've been stuck in this limiting energy or this shattering of, beliefs, so you've wanted to shatter them, but we've been working and we realize that it doesn't happen overnight. But a lot of you come to this point where you say, there's a perspective change here. I'm now seeing things for what they truly are. I'm seeing the unlimited possibilities that are available. Because you may have felt like you were beating your head against the wall, or in this case, pecking your beak with the woodpecker, trying to get the prize. And it's been really causing you a lot of mental stress and agony. And I feel for you, it literally says new perspectives. And now that's the second card that has the word perspective on it. So when this 8 of Swords shows up for you, you're letting go of an old story. You're letting go of some sort of mental block, mental belief, limiting beliefs. I just read something the other day, Sag, that says all beliefs are limiting. And how crazy is that? Because a lot of times we have this polarity that there's limiting beliefs and there's empowering beliefs. But at the same time, there is a sense of truth within that, because it does limit us to that exponential energy out there. And that's what is available, infinite possibilities. So open yourself up to what, I don't even want to say what that looks like, because then again, we're putting a cap on it, but open yourself up to knowing that there are so many different versions or perspectives that you can jump into, and they can be a lot better than maybe what you dealt with in the past. So you're moving towards freedom here. You're freeing yourself up. You're getting more stable within your thoughts, within your beliefs, because 8 is the card of power. It's the card of strength, control, and even authority, which I feel like you are taking authority. But because of some actions that left you feeling stuck in the past, you're not going to repeat that cycle. Remember, a major karmic event here is turning things in a brand new direction. All right, Sagittarius, what's going on in the environment? What do we see in the environment? We have here the 6 of Cups, and then we have your hopes and fears, which is the 5 of Cups. Okay, so I like that these came out together, because it means that you've allowed yourself this space to kind of grieve, in a sense, maybe grieve an old life, or grieve some of the pain that you've endured based on experiences that you've gone through. But this is saying here that yes, there's better times ahead for you, and you're starting to realize that yes, that's correct, that's possible, better times are ahead. Instead of maybe feeling and embracing the loss financially, or of a job, or of a reputation, because the 5 of Cups can be, feeling a little bit disappointed, feeling the need of, a little bit of bitterness even. And this is showing up in your hopes and fears. So I feel like you don't want to ever be in that place of loss. And because you've learned some very valuable lessons in the past, you're setting yourself up now where you won't have to deal with that. That's why you have the Treasure. Okay, very powerful alignments and messages happening here for you. This is about finding hidden solutions. You're finding hidden solutions, and that's part of that expansion that's going on within the mind, within the body, within the soul, right? This is about you opening up and seeing that there are opportunities available after a time where maybe you fell. There was a fall from grace, I feel, for some of you with that Judgment card. But what's happening in your environment is the 6 of Cups. So it's saying here that there is a reunion of sorts. I feel like a homecoming, coming back kind of to yourself. For others of you, you could even be going home physically. For some of you as well, this is about working with children. It is about your childhood. What have you always wanted to do? Maybe even since you were a child. Okay, you may be exploring and experimenting more of that. Some of you are embracing happier, more fun, more playful times ahead, because you're making some decisions that are very large, very big in your life here, Sagittarius. And you are also bringing about that inner child, creativity, joy, pleasure, fun, play. That's all a part of what's happening for you in the month here of November. And you're taking a look at your emotions. How does this make me feel? Instead of you asking, what is this going to, benefit me? Or instead of seeing all of the things aside from what it is that we feel, how does this look, right? How does this look? Is this the direction? I feel like you're asking yourself now, you're dropping to your emotions and saying, how do I want to feel versus how I am? How can I shift this perspective here? How can I embrace and realize that everything I want to feel is already within me? I want to feel abundant. Well, it's right here, right? I want to feel successful. It's right here. So you're taking action because there is a sense of belief behind it. And that action combined is what creates the physical reality of what it is that you want. Beautiful. Now let's take a look at your final outcome. What's the final outcome for Sagittarius when it comes to money, career, abundance, wealth, and income? What do we have, please? We have the Six of Swords. Moving on. Better days ahead, literally. It literally says better times ahead. You're getting that twice. There is another reading that received that same message. I think it was actually titled, who was that? It may have been Virgo, I believe it was. For those of you who have any Virgo in your chart, better times ahead here. This is new home and hearth. This is new sense of stability. Some of you are working from home. You're able to spend a little bit of time, maybe more with your family. There could be some family times coming up. If it has been challenging for you, for your family, or for, financially, there are definitely better times coming in with this stork. So we do see here double six energy. And when that shows up, this is a sense of, loyalty to your heart, to yourself. Sixes are about harmony and problem solving. So I love that this is showing up as your final outcome, because you're getting yourself out of a jam, out of a pickle, out of some sort of self-sabotage or limitations, basically. So Six of Swords. Let's get a clarifier for the Six of Swords here and see what else we need to know. Even though it's pretty clear cut, better times ahead, I want to just get one more card to clarify the outcome. What do we need to know? There could be some big changes, of course, between now and the next 6 weeks. But Spirit's reminder here is to not compare, right? Not judge. You've already learned that. You don't want to repeat. You have the Queen of Cups. Keep that heart open. You have what it takes to intuitively stay open and compassionate towards yourself and towards the world at large. Don't compare where you are at to where someone else is at. That's a message here for you, because remember that everyone is on their own soul's journey. Everyone has their own timetable and everything is working beautifully together in flow of how it's supposed to be. But when we start to compare and we start to judge and we start to kind of, fall into that trap, it lowers our vibration and it lowers our energy, and we get hung up in that place of fear. Spirit wants you to choose love over fear. Beautiful message and reminder. Let's get a message here from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have for Sagittarius? Career, finances, wealth, abundance, November of 2023. All right, what do we have here for Sag? We have Treasure Island. You can't make this up. Look at that. There is your confirmation, and we're seeing a lot of synchronicities in your reading here. We have the Treasure Island, which you have the treasure card here, and this is, yes, worry-free finances, money in reserve, having a little bit of excess, being able to plan, right? Hidden talents being showcased here. But the reminder as well is staying present, staying in the moment. You have the here and now card. Some of you may be 32. You may be born on the 9th, but I absolutely sense that, yes, you have a past. Yes, there's a future, but the door is open right here in the present. And if we are not present, we can miss out on this opportunity. And I feel with you having the Knight of Swords as your main energy, you're not missing out. You're not missing out on this opportunity, okay? This is pretty big stuff here. All right, let's get a message from the Shamans Dream Oracle, one of my favorite new decks. For those of you that are interested in any of the decks used during your reading, you can find all of that information in the description box below your video. So what do we have here, please, for Sagittarius from the Shamans Dream Oracle? Benefactor, grace and generosity, card 3, which is also the Empress. So some of you could be the benefactor of good news. Okay, very good news coming in for you. This is about grace and generosity. And didn't we say for you, I was getting a little bit of that, well, 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, which we do see here. And this is the energy of grace and generosity as well. All right, we have here, when the benefactor weaves her energy into your life, you are put on a notice that all manners of positive reinforcement is coming your way. The universe wants to let you know that just as you have been generous with others, serving with your gifts, even in the smallest capacity, so will you be rewarded in a myriad of ways. The most beautiful gift the benefactor gives you is the recognition that you are stewarding and sharing abundance on behalf of a higher source, one that is always working through you. The motives for her generosity to you, as well as yours to others, are intangible, although you will see the results reflected in the material world. The benefactor reminds you that it's in the purity of your desire to share without the need for reciprocity that paradoxically your initial generosity is reciprocated tenfold, seemingly without any connection to the original act. Dream sharing and caring into being, and you will be amazed to see this vibrant seed take root and spread. Do it just because, and the benefactor will give you her blessing. So what this means is, and I love that it mentions that, yes, it does sound a little bit of a paradox because we're talking about reciprocity here, but the way that the reciprocity comes in is by you being able to showcase your gifts and your skills and your talents without expectations here, Sagittarius, of getting anything in return. And that's actually when it comes back to you tenfold. So there is this shift here, this perspective shift that maybe you didn't quite grasp or understand fully in the past that you get now, right? There's a wake up. There is a spiritual awakening. This is happening. You're closing out some cycles with the World card, and you're embracing this new beginning, this beautiful beginning of infinite possibility. Oh, I love this. All right, you may want to rewind that section with the benefactor because you are the benefactor of some really beautiful karma here. In a way, what you put out, you're getting back here tenfold. Now, last but not least, let's get a few messages from your spirit animals. And at this time, I just ask if you can, Sagittarius, please close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. And with your eyes closed, take another deep breath in. And upon your exhale, I want you to imagine in your mind's eye the first animal or animals that show up in your third eye. Now, this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animal is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be an animal that's crossed over the rainbow bridge. Maybe one currently by your side or at your home, or one that's visited through your dreams or in passing in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Sagittarius. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free reading giveaway where I draw one winner around the 1st of each month, All you need to do, Sag, is drop your power animals in the comment section box below, and I personally will enter you into that giveaway. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. Wow, all of your animals, again, are synchronized to your reading quite beautifully. Some of you may be 51 years old, 62 years old, 67, or are born on the 5th. Now you have Sandpiper Spirit, which says be playful. This life isn't meant to be taken so darn seriously. We can balance that play life and that work life, and you're being called to find that balance at this time. You're being called for more playfulness, okay? Play more, laugh more, enjoy life more. You have here Turtle Spirit, double turtle. Okay, so not only do you have the treasure island showing up, but now you have the turtle, right? This says slow and steady wins the race, and we literally said that in the beginning of your reading. So what a beautiful confirmation. You have the Bat Spirit, which represents not only that Hanged Man energy of perspective, but it represents the judgment. And it says here, a rebirth is assured. Now, some of you have been waiting for this rebirth for years, for decades, for some of you, and it is assured. It's coming in here for you if it's not already here, which a lot of you are in the midst of this rebirth. And lastly, you have Wolf Spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. And this is important to remember as you open yourself up to these beautiful beginnings of infinite possibilities. Remember, this is a sacred contract here for you. You don't have to start from scratch. You're starting from a period of wisdom, of growth, of expansion. And remember, beautiful Sagittarians, the sky is the limit. You are limitless. This place that we live here on earth, this civilization, we put limits and capacities on everything. That's what we are being guided to break free from. That is part of the sky is the limit here for you. So this month is a huge light bulb moment for you to make some drastic changes within that will reflect in your outer world. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most, and it helps the growth of the channel, which I greatly, greatly appreciate. I would love to see those power animals. Drop them in the comment section box below. I do read each and every one of them. And for those of you that are vibing with the energy and you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, feel free to do so. Thank you so very much, Sag, for your time, for your energy, for your love, for your support. Till next time.